Easy go.
Hey, what's up everybody out there? Welcome back to the channel, guys. CHILLSCISSORS here, back here again for you guys for yet another fantastic week of pickups. A lot of great games, accessories, and collectibles found out in the wild. I'm here to share those with you. And hey, real quick, if you're new here, consider subscribing, guys. I'll try to update on a regular basis, and if you're a return, then welcome back. Without further ado, this week's pickups. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So this first lot of 3 was actually picked up from a thrift shop, and if I come across a Nintendo GameCube title for a reasonable price, a reasonable being like, $1 or $2, if I don't have it, I'll add it to the collection. Why not? And being said that I love platform games, I picked up a copy of Shrek Super Slam. So this particular game is actually misleadingly good, I find anyway. That's my personal opinion. But grapple as one of 20 hilarious characters, smash through 16 destructible environments, slamming out with up to 4 players. I think the multiplayer, whenever me and my wife played this game, was actually pretty good. Battle with each character's signature fighting moves. So I love DreamWorks and I love the movies that they put out, and this is no exception. So I'm happy to add this one to the collection. Being said, I bought it for $1 or $2. Yes, that is a find. Alright, so this next one is going to be yet another $2 find out of the thrift shop of a game that I didn't have for the Nintendo GameCube. We're looking at Open Season. So this particular game is, again, a platformy action style game. Oh man, it actually was, again, misleadingly fun. Help Boog discover his wild side in 25 hilarious levels. So you get quite a bit of playability out of this, actually. Challenge your friends up to 7 side split screen mini games. So, I mean, I can name some Mario games that don't even have that extensive multiplayer mini games in it, but again, happy to add this one to the collection. I know I'm going to get some usage out of it. So, and flushed away for the Nintendo GameCube. This one actually I have not played yet, but it looks like your typical kid-style multiplayer platform game. And yeah, for $2 you really can't beat it. And the movie itself was actually, again, I'm a big DreamWorks fan, and this one is no exception. Flush Away was a pretty good movie, but I'm not sure about the game quite yet. Alright, moving right along. And so it's a surprise that I actually didn't have this into my original Xbox collection. But I used to have it and wound up selling it whenever I actually needed cash in the past, but happy to add this back to the collection. This is Destroy All Humans 2 for the original Xbox. This particular one is kooky level 9000. It is hilarious. You play as the main Martian that goes around destroying and wreaking havoc on a hippie landscape. This one, playing this one definitely makes me excited about the upcoming remake. And this particular one has an awesome graphic on the front of it. I love the case art to some of these games. Just the case art alone will draw someone in. So happy to add that one to the collection. And a good buddy of mine, Derek, shout out to Derek. He's a very avid collector and a good friend of mine. But beyond that, then he actually came up to my place of business and said, "Hey, I got something for you." So I was like, alright, so I went out there and checked it out, and he pulled out a copy of Bloodstained. This is the Steelbook. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got that holographic shim to it, and on the inside it actually has a place for a disc, or if you have a Switch, then it actually has that slot for the chip if you have the Switch version. But whichever one is compatible with, then you can use, which is super cool that you can have whichever one you have, you can use. So happy to add that one to the collection. Bloodstained is a Castlevania inspired game, I'll say. Very Castlevania-like, but if you enjoy those, then you'll definitely get your money's worth out of this one. Alright, moving right along. This next, actually I only have two. I had a relatively small haul this week, but you know, I just recently spent a lot of money on a lot of these larger items like my original Xbox kiosk, etc. So I'm trying to spend more sparingly. Plus, a little heads up, I'm going to be going on vacation with my wife. We're going to the beach. We're going to go hang out, stick our toes in the sand, and taking some rays. But stay tuned for some vlogging style pickups from my Florida trip, and going visiting game stores in different locations that I've never been to myself. So all that stuff, you never know what you're going to come across out there, and definitely look forward to that. Alright, this one's going to be Rayman Arena for the original Xbox, and this particular one features race and battle, unleash new characters, multiplayer madness, immersive worlds. And if you played Rayman, then you know they took quite a while to get these games out. So there was few and far between games, so they had a lot of time to actually build upon their next creations, and this one's no exception. A lot of fun to be had on here, especially with the multiplayer action added to it, 1 to 4 players. Super cool. And then this next one, actually another Rayman title. This is going to be Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc. This particular one starts off with the hoodlums being created, and then you come across Rayman in the very beginning of the game sleeping, and he wakes up and goes on his platform adventure. And again, these particular games, they put a lot of time and effort into. They're well platformed, well created, and the frame rates keep up. You don't have any lag that I've experienced throughout my game, but yet another fantastic game to add to the original Xbox library. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, a relatively small collection that I've collected over this past week. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and liking, commenting, and subscribing. We just reached 400 subscribers, guys. Thank all of you for all of your effort in building up this awesome community. Again, thank you so much. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Mega Man!